So earlier in the week, Republicans released a report out of the House that was shockingly correct. What? Republicans are correct? Yes. It doesn't happen often, but our job is to tell it like it is. So when it does happen, I want to bring that news to you as well. They had a House committee report on how the Justice Department chose not to prosecute HSBC, a bank that did some of the worst money laundering in world history. So they explain here in the Wall Street Journal that rather than lacking adequate evidence to prove HSBC's criminal conduct, internal Treasury documents show that Department of Justice leadership declined to pursue the recommendation to prosecute HSBC because senior DOJ leaders were concerned that prosecuting the bank could result in a global financial disaster. Now, I have Eric Holder on tape proving that point, so it's not really one that is much in contention in terms of what actually happened there. Later, he backpedaled from that, but it was wildly disingenuous. But did the Department of Justice decide not to pursue prosecution against HSBC because they were too big to jail? The answer is almost certainly yes, and that's what this report says. So, and again, this is a rare case where they have the evidence and they can present the evidence. So what happened overall, in case you didn't know the backstory of that? Well, in December 2012, HSBC agreed to pay a then record $1.9 billion to the Justice Department to settle allegations it failed to spot the laundered proceeds of drug trafficking in Mexico and failed to flag transactions with countries subject to economic sanctions, such as Iran. But the bank avoided entering a guilty plea, a costly outcome that could have sparked collateral consequences, including the revocation of the bank's U.S. charter. Instead, it entered into a deferred prosecution agreement. Well, a deferred prosecution agreement is something that now the Department of Justice does all the time, which is a slap on the wrist. Okay, you give me a small slice of your profits from all that money laundering, and I just let you go. You say, yeah, I did it, but there's no consequences. There's no prosecution of the bank, there's no prosecution of your executives, and you won't even, we'll still call you a favored company that the U.S. is happy to do business with. They did money laundering for the drug cartels in Mexico. If you did money laundering for a drug cartel, do you know how many decades you would spend in prison? They did money laundering for people and countries that are on our list of terrorist countries. If you did money laundering for terrorists, do you have any idea how many lifetimes you spend in jail? But if you do it on a giant scale, or you do it on a scale where you make billions of dollars, oh, you're free to go. Just give me a little piece of your profits. We're all playing patty cakes. Now, if you disagree with our interpretation, that's okay, because we have Eric Holder on tape. He screwed up. He should have never admitted this in public. Okay, but he did. Watch what he said in Congress.
DOJ prosecuting any high-profile financial criminal convictions in either companies or individuals.
The concern that you have raised is one that I frankly share, and I'm not talking about HSBC now, because that maybe that not be appropriate, but I am concerned that the size of some of these institutions becomes so large that it does become difficult for us to prosecute them when we are hit with indications that if you do prosecute, if you do bring a criminal charge, it will have a negative impact on the national economy, perhaps even the world economy. And I think that is a function of the fact that some of these institutions have become too large. Again, I'm not talking about HSBC. This is just a more general comment. I think it has an inhibiting influence or impact on our ability to bring resolutions that I think would be more appropriate. And I think that is something that you all need to consider.
I remember we covered that story when it happened. I can't believe he just flat out said it. Like it would have consequences to the world economy if we prosecuted these banks or brought it to resolution. You know, I love the slightly coded language, but it's not very coded. They're too big to jail. That's him admitting it. Later, when everybody said, Eric, what are you doing? We're not supposed to admit that publicly, that we're all friends here and you're eventually going to work for a bank and almost everybody at the Justice Department is eventually going to work for a bank. And so we all agreed upon this fiction that if we ever prosecute a bank that the entire world economy would collapse. By the way, if that's a system we have, you might want to think about fixing that system. That seems a little dangerous. But instead, we don't fix the system, but when everybody called him out and saying, don't say that they're too big to jail in public. We're supposed to deny that. He went back and said, I didn't mean they're too big to jail. I mean, we would prosecute. We would. I mean, we never have. We never have. But we would theoretically prosecute. Well, now, even though the Department of Justice did not cooperate with the House and did not give over their records, they got the records from the Treasury Department, and at least they had some emails back and forth with the Justice Department, and they found out, oops, that's not true. The people underneath Eric Holder said, yeah, you should prosecute. Not like you didn't have the evidence. You had the evidence. You just chose not to do it. So Wall Street Journal explains here. The report concluded those comments were misleading because lower-level prosecutors had recommended the department prosecute HSBC, according to the Treasury Department emails subpoenaed by the committee. So now they're even more specific. They even know the person who recommended it. In a series of emails in September 2012, Treasury Department officials discussed several interagency meetings in which prosecutor Jennifer Shasky-Calvary indicated her team had recommended prosecuting HSBC. Now, if you say, oh, well, that's a Republican committee report. Look, I shred those things all the time, and I show you how they're not based on facts or how they've misled things. In this case, they have an email that says from a person lower in the Justice Department telling their higher-ups, you should prosecute HSBC. That is a fact. There's nothing misleading about that. Stone cold fact. And the higher-ups were like, on the other hand, they're too big to jail, so we're not going to do it. By the way, the best case scenario is they're legitimately scared that the banks are so colossal that if you ever prosecuted any of them, the entire world economy would collapse. That's their best case scenario. You should fix that system. You shouldn't go, yes, sir, absolutely, sir. Banks, you are right. We cannot jail you. Let's continue the system. Their worst case scenario is, come on, dude, we're all going to work for the banks one day. Keep it cool. We'll say that they're too big to jail. Oh, it'll affect the world economy. That'll be the excuse that we tell ourselves so we feel better about it. Speaking of working for the banks, so the one principled person there, Ms. Calvary, what happened to her? She now works in the compliance department at HSBC. That's called a revolving door. Now, credit to her, she said prosecute them when she was at the Justice Department, and maybe they hired her as a sign of, look, we're serious about compliance. This is the person who wanted to prosecute us. Also, at the same time, though, she now receives probably a very large paycheck from that same bank. And now everybody knows if you're cool and there's no actual prosecutions, you will get that really large check. And that's how this system works. All right, finally, I want to give you two layers here of who else didn't want the prosecution. There was international pressure. UK regulators, who frequently coordinate investigations with their US counterparts, were also on interagency calls summarizing the emails that the committee obtained. Those regulators indicated an HSBC conviction could cause turmoil to global financial markets, according to Treasury emails. The report concluded the involvement of the UK regulators hampered the investigation. So, great news. The banks don't just control our government, they also control our allies' governments. And all those governments get together and go, yeah, you want to work for the banks one day? Ooh, yeah, you want to cash in? Absolutely. Should we prosecute those same banks who might hire us later for millions of dollars? No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. And the final insult to injury here, a draft version of the settlement contained language that said HSBC executive bonuses would be tied to compliance performance. But the final document said compensation could be tied to compliance, according to the report. It could be tied to compliance, and they decided later it wouldn't be. So the bonuses kept on flowing. You want to do literally record-breaking money laundering, the biggest money laundering operation the world has ever seen. You want to do it for drug cartels, terrorists, the worst people on earth? As long as you grease our governments, you are free to go. You do it any way you like. Now you wonder why people are absolutely sick of this system. It's not that Eric Holder is a bad person. Certainly, Jennifer Calvary is not a bad person. But we have built a corrupt system. It is systemically corrupt. And so it should not be surprising to any of us that the conclusion is you can be corrupt all you like and you will get away with it.